You're tuned into Inside Lowell. Inside Lowell podcast brought to you in part by Washington Savings Bank, serving the greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. Reverie 73, Lowell's #1 cannabis shop. Elevate your cannabis experience at Reverie 73. Hafner's, heating and cooling homes and businesses for nearly a century. Hafner's, it kicks. And by Boston North Company, restaurant and retail solutions for your business. That's Boston North. And now, time for another Inside Lowell podcast. Inside Lowell. If Lowell is your home, this is your place. Hi, and welcome to Inside Lowell here in the beautiful Inside Lowell studios. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the chamber, making sure that I have my mic on all right. All right, we're good to go. I'm so excited to have our guest on with us today. I have Jim Accurso. He is the public affairs specialist at the SBA, U.S. Small Business Administration.
Right. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So great to have you here.
Yeah.
So you're here for a very important reason.
Yes. Yeah. We're here in Mass as a result of the August 8th rainstorms that hit primarily in Essex County, but Essex, Middlesex, and Suffolk County residents and business owners are eligible for the disaster loans that we're offering.
Yes.
Through November 20th.
All right. So they still have some time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They've got until this Saturday to go to our center that's down at the Lawrence Senior Center and actually meet in person with a customer service rep.
Excellent.
So we're here today. They're today until 6 p.m., tomorrow 9 to 6, and then Saturday 10 to 2.
All right.
But folks can also apply online at disasterloanassistance.sba.gov, and they can get all the information we're going to go through today at sba.gov/disaster, and then use the drop-down menu and put in their county and state, and they'll get the information we're talking about.
I find the SBA website super user-friendly. There's a ton of information on there, but it's easy to find and navigate, which is really
I've heard
really
a lot.
important.
I've heard that a lot. Yeah, there's
good.
It's nice to know that we have that as a good backup.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
but it's nice to have you here too to kind of walk people through it, which is really nice.
Yeah. So I've been here a couple weeks. We opened the center at the North Andover. It's our Disaster Loan Outreach Center. We were first in the North Andover Town Hall, and now we're at the Lowell Senior Center.
Great.
Where, again, folks can come in, anybody with any questions. So if they may or may not have had water as a result of the storms, but if they had an economic setback, or if they're not sure if they qualify or they're eligible, we encourage them to come in and talk to somebody.
Excellent. What are some of the most frequently asked questions that you're getting?
Yeah, well, mostly about a lot of them are around eligibility.
Yep.
So again, because I know you've had a couple of rain events here in Mass.
Yes.
So it's got to be tied to the August 8th rain event. And then, of course, it's got to be in the counties we mentioned. We're also a couple of New Hampshire counties of Hillsborough and Rockingham. They're also eligible because how we work it is we have a primary county, which is Essex, and then any bordering counties are also eligible because businesses, you can travel across county borders.
Yeah, that's great. Very interesting. And you're talking about the August 8th rainstorm. It feels like our whole summer has been rainstorm
understand you had
here
a
in
lot.
New England.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was just in Vermont, and they,
Vermont got hit so incredibly hard.
And it just kept raining.
Yeah, I'm on the New England Chamber Board.
Okay.
So with all different chambers from New England and some of the stories.
And I even think the tourism up there took a hit.
Oh, huge. Yeah. Weddings canceled for months. And their tourism is like three different seasons out of the year.
Yeah. So. Yeah. With the skiing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, how does somebody qualify for a loan? What does the loan entail?
So we help homeowners and renters. A lot of folks don't know.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I didn't realize that until you came in the other day.
So we help homeowners with damage to their real estate or their whatever happened to the house as a result of the flooding.
Yeah.
And they can get up to $500,000 in
wow.
Yes, and that's a new amount. That amount just went up. Yep. And then renters and homeowners can get up to $100,000 in coverage for contents.
Wow.
Yes. So if a renter had, a renter,
Yeah.
your landlord's, your house took a hit, but you're renting.
Yeah.
You could get, say, if you had your books or your personal belongings or your clothes or anything, that was lost, and damaged because of the rainstorm, you could be eligible for up to $100,000 in coverage there. The
Wow.
businesses are eligible for up to $2 million in coverage for the physical damage to the structure, inventory, supplies, and the like. And then there's also up to $2 million in coverage in economic injury disaster loans. So if a business had a setback and they look, say, 2-3 months down the road, and they tie a loss to the incident period right around August 8th, they could be eligible for an economic injury disaster loan. So applying for these loans is very similar to a normal bank loan.
Yep.
But it's not a bank loan. This is money from the U.S. Treasury. But the typical paperwork that you would bring in if you were a business, your EIDN,
Yep.
your tax statements, and then of course any proof of the damages, and all of that will be explained throughout the application process, either online or in person. Put that information into it. Even if we do it in person, it goes into the portal, it gets processed. We would know something. You should know something within 3 to 4 weeks.
Wow, pretty quick turnaround.
And then after that, once you sign the documents, you could get your first payout of up to $25,000 a week later.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. So we really look to help folks get back up on their feet. Also, folks are a little concerned about, a loan versus a grant. And we understand folks are, a lot of folks aren't in position to take on another loan. If you have another SBA loan, you could still take a disaster loan through us.
Okay.
We can't consolidate the two,
Yep.
but that won't keep you from taking on a loan. But there's no obligation to take it if it's awarded to you. So not only is there no fee to apply, there's no obligation. So once we go through the steps, if things change and you don't want to take it on, you don't have to. So there's no obligation. If you do, it's deferred interest free for the first year.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So you don't have to pay us back till, 12 months after you actually sign your actual first loan disbursement.
Yeah, and at that point, hopefully you are well back on your feet and able to make those payments.
Right. So we understand that because a business that takes a hit in a disaster, they say that about a quarter of them don't come back.
Wow.
Now again, you didn't have that volume of rain, but there were, I know in Haverhill there were a number of businesses in North Andover.
North Andover got hit really hard.
Yeah, and in the business district too. Yeah. So, we know that. So again, we want to be able to help folks get back up on their feet. We want to be able to answer their questions, and so they can rest assured. We also help with mitigation coverage. So if they get the loan and then any measures that they put in place to keep a disaster, and it's not only a similar disaster, but any type of disaster from occurring, that's a new change as well. If they put those measures in place, they could be in line for an additional amount on top of that. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that'll really encourage them to protect their business.
Because weather's going to, the weather I think is going to continue to kind of affect us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I know that, the SBA has been always done so much in communities, but I think COVID kind of elevated the work that you did and just made people more aware of what you do.
Right.
So when you see like the EIDL loans, I'm having flashbacks to 2020 and 2021.
Yep. So that's what these are. They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Those were disaster loans, and then these are the EID EIDL loans. We call them
EIDL.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you mentioned that you could apply for something, see what you qualify for, and it doesn't mean you have to take it. Like I remember us doing that just to see, like, well, if we need that in cash infusion.
Yeah, right. And then you've got a 6-month window. So if you don't take it, you have 6 months of reconsideration. So
interesting. Yeah.
And also too, if someone is declined for whatever reason, they'll get an email from us that'll spell out exactly why they were declined. If they had some missing, and a lot of times it's missing paperwork, bring that additional paperwork in, we can upload it and get you back on your feet.
Great.
Yeah.
So has the reception been? I'm sure been really.
Yeah, the reception's been pretty good. Yeah, we've written, I think, a total of 8 loans. We've had about close to 40 applications.
Excellent. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so we've had a number of applications. We've awarded a number of loans. There's a number in the hopper. We're close to $200,000 awarded.
Great.
So,
It's really good news.
Yeah. Yeah. And that number will continue to go up. Again, even though the center closes this week, the deadline's not until the 20th of November for,
great.
For the physical damage.
Yeah.
For the idle, it's April 20th of 24.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we post this video too, we'll include the link that you had shared, which is somewhere. Oh, disasterloanassistance.sba.gov.
Yeah. Or sba.gov/disaster. Or if anybody wanted a paper application or more information, call 800-659-2955.
Okay, great.
You could speak with an operator there, or someone who may be able to answer a few questions.
Okay.
And or at the very least, if somebody feels a little more comfortable filling out a paper application, and some folks do.
Yep.
Some folks are still. I can be intimidated by my phone these days, so.
Yeah, that's great. It's great that you're willing to work with people of, all different comfort levels, and we'll share this number too when we post the video.
Good.
But I mean, just so much great information.
Yeah.
I know that when, COVID happened, and I keep on going back to COVID, but just the way that your graphics too.
Yeah.
I mean, you make everything just so easy for people.
Yeah, it's all right there, right? Those
Yeah.
Right.
Is there anything else you want the viewers and listeners to know about?
Well, so the again, the interest rates are 2.5% for homeowners, as low as 2.5 for homeowners, 4% for businesses, and 2.375 for nonprofits.
Oh wow!
So
great.
So if you can't get credit elsewhere, you could qualify for those low rates. If not, it could be double of that. But again, they're still, lower than what you could get out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know. When I heard 2.375, I'm like, you don't hear those numbers anymore.
Yeah, no. So, and we do help, again, we help nonprofits as too.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think people realize all that the SBA does. It's really incredible.
Yeah. See, and that's part of what, my job is to get out there, is to go from town to town where we have a declared disaster and get the word out. A lot of folks just don't know, what the government offers.
Yeah.
So,
it's incredible. And I highly encourage people just to go to the SBA.gov just to kind of click around, see.
Right.
I mean, even the businesses who are watching and listening, all the different tutorials and webinars, and it's incredible.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff up there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And there's a really good team in Massachusetts as well. So Bob Nelson
the
and
local
Lisa Gonzalez Welch.
Lisa and Robert. Yeah. We work with them too. So when we're on the ground, we work with them. And then we also work with our other partners, the SBDCs, the Veterans Business Center, the Women's Business Center. So if anybody has any concerns, or difficulty applying when we're gone, go to the local SBDC.
Excellent.
They'll help you.
Yeah.
They'll walk you through the steps.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, other than, again, if you can come in and visit us in person, that would be great.
Yeah.
Just to know that we're here to help. We've got the deadlines are approaching pretty quickly. The terms of the loans are up to 30 years. We talked about, can be up to 30 years. And all of that is determined once you get your application in, once it's processed. Then when you talk to that loan officer before that first disbursement, they'll spell out to you how much money, you're going to be awarded, and then the terms of the loan. So,
wow.
Yeah.
You guys make it really easy.
Yeah, we're here to help. We're here to help. Like, again, we want to keep communities vibrant.
Absolutely.
It's so important to the tax base, schools and roads and the whole bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of our community for
They
sure.
Are. They really are, and here in Lowell too. Yeah.
And when this happened, I remember there was I don't remember the name of the business, but there was a business in North Andover that got hit like really hard, and people all over Facebook were just posting about it and were devastated.
Well, and I talked to a couple of Pam up in Haverhill this morning today about a couple of businesses. Machinery got
wow.
And when they take on water, with all the electronics today. They don't fix them. They dispose of them. So, servers and, And
then getting equipment replaced, just the wait time to get product these days.
Yeah, next spring on
incredible.
The one expert. Yeah.
Wow.
Next spring for this guy's business to get back up and running.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So again, that's where that's where we could help with that lag time with the idle loan.
Yeah, that's great.
So, So please come in and talk to us. We'd be glad to help. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being on and for all that you do and all that the SBA does.
Well,
it really is incredible.
and thank you for having us. It's been great to be in Mass. I've never been here before.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow. Well,
yeah.
you're getting a couple of really nice days.
Yeah,
Yesterday
finally.
was crazy. I
Yeah.
know. It's just been
Yeah.
such a rainy, I don't know, few months, but
Yeah.
so
Well,
thank you for bringing the sunshine.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to leave now.
Okay. I'm heading back home next week, so
Good for you.
good looking
That's
forward
nice.
to going back to Minnesota. So
Awesome.
yeah. But
Well,
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you for having us. I do
Yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah.
anytime. I used to do a radio and a television show called Chamber Chat,
Uh-huh.
and now I started the podcast, and my first guest on the podcast was the SBA. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
It's a full circle moment right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, great. That's all good. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for having us. I do appreciate it, Steph.
And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Chamber Chat. We'll be back again soon. Thanks so much.
Did I call you Stephanie?